all want to be happy, but how can we make sure we're doing the right things to get there? Maybe it's time to talk to a happiness expert. You're in luck because we have one with us tonight, Stephanie Harrison. Hey, Stephanie, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. So, what's a happiness expert? How did you become one?
Great question. I went to pursue a graduate degree in the study of positive psychology, which is also known as the science of happiness. And so this takes a look at how people can find happiness using the scientific method.
Now, if you check out your Instagram page, the very first thing that I noticed are your highlights. You have old happy and new happy right there front and center. Can you tell us what those differences are in the happiness world?
Of course. So old happy is my term for what society has told us that we need to do in order to be happy. And those things are pursuits like get a really great job or make as much money as you can or find as much power and success as possible. And we think that these are the things that will make us happy. But what my research has found is, in fact, they do not. And so I argue for a different path of happiness that I call new happy, which is being who you really are and then using who you are to help other people. It's this combination of yourself and your connection to others that leads to lasting happiness.
It sounds really good. It also sounds like way harder than just trying to achieve the same thing everyone else is trying to achieve. So that's why, it takes work to be happy, doesn't it?
It does. It's not something that happens overnight for most of us. I know for me, it's taken me a lot of work to find my way into a state of happiness. But, what's really funny is we're willing to work, 80 hours a week for 40 years to try and achieve those metrics of success. And happiness is available right here and now in these small choices that we make to show up for ourselves and other people and treat everybody with compassion. And so usually what I like to tell people is you can go out and experience new happy for yourself right now just by doing something kind for another person and see how it makes you feel. Go test it for yourself.
That's a great tip to be happy. What's the number one mistake you think we're making when we're trying to achieve happiness?
I think we think that we can get happiness by ourselves. I think it's something that, we can lock ourselves away into a room and think that we can either, manifest our way to happiness or positive think ourselves into it. But real happiness is connection. It's about being in relationship with people and with broader communities. And so I would love to see us shifting away from that individualistic approach and into something that's more grounded in the real sources of well-being.
Do you think that people can be happy all the time?
No. I think if you think about happiness as a state, it's not going to be something that we can access all the time. And in fact, I think that a happy life is a life where we embrace all of our emotions. Because if you have meaningful relationships with people, sometimes you have conflict and that might make you sad or angry, and that's okay. If you're pursuing a purpose in life, there's going to be challenges and struggles and you might want to give up, and that's also okay. All of your emotions matter. So the emotional experience of happiness isn't something that I think we should be striving for as a 24/7, 365 kind of thing, but we can look to build a happy life that encompasses all of those different feelings.
So you mentioned doing something kind for someone else. That's an easy way to get that little glimmer of happiness. Do you have two other things that we could do today to kind of get to the road of feeling happier or including more happiness in our lives?
Yeah, I would say that another really important tool is to practice self-compassion. So we are so hard on ourselves. It's something we've been conditioned into through our old happy culture. And you can start to break that by simply meeting your challenges or your pain with kindness instead. And that's as simple as just saying, hey, I'm feeling really sad today, or I'm having a hard time. And it's okay to feel that way. I'm not going to beat myself up for it. And then the third thing that I would recommend is trying to figure out what your unique gifts are, the things that make you come alive, and what talents, what strengths, what qualities most excite you, and then starting to practice those and use those and see if you can start to figure out how they can be used to benefit other people.
And you have a lot more information in a book that you wrote that we can get our hands on. Can you tell us a little bit about that book?
Yeah, the book lays out this philosophy in detail in a really accessible and simple way. It's written for anyone to be able to find happiness, and it draws upon thousands of scientific studies to explain why this works, and it's called New Happy.
And where can we get the book, and where can we follow you, Steph?
The book is available everywhere books are sold or at thenewhappy.com, and you can follow us there as well or on New Happy Co. across social platforms.
Awesome. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll be right back with more Good Day Stateline.